So good morning. So we'll be discussing the second part of our module 5, that is application protocol, application layer protocol. Okay, so majorly if you look into the applications of networks, majorly all applications of networks are being controlled and served using application layer protocol. So there are various application layer protocols available. So one such application layer protocol we will be discussing in our syllabus, the internet-based application layer protocols. If you take internet-based application layer protocols, there are two components will come into picture. One is HTTP protocol, another one is SMTP protocol. SMTP, you know very well, it is mainly used for controlling, transmitting, and delivering mails. HTTP protocol for all internet transactions will be using. Right, we'll discuss at the same thing. So in this particular module, that is part of the module, so we begin our discussions on applications that are focused based on two major popular applications. So one of the major popular application is World Wide Web. So accessing, browsing World Wide Web. Second one is email. So broadly speaking, both of these applications use replay and request. That means client-server model. It uses client-server model. So users send requests to the server, and server will respond according to the user request. If it is valid, if it is invalid, obviously it will send error message. So that's the concept. And particularly when you look into World Wide Web, of course, HTTP is a major protocol that is being used in World Wide Web. And for mail transactions, we will have SMTP, simple mail transmission or transfer protocol, hypertext transfer protocol or hypertext transport protocol. So normally these two are majorly used. So moving further, first one, email. First application we'll discuss is about email. What is exactly email do? Email works with the three important protocols. One is SMTP, simple mail transmission protocol or transfer protocol, or the second one is MIME, multi-purpose internet multimedia extensions. So we certainly use it for adding attachments along with the mail. So we use MIME protocol. So the last one is IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol. IMAP protocol, certainly it has been very much used while retrieving the mails from the server. Okay, we'll see that, all those things, we'll see that. Okay, first point, Internet is the oldest, one of the oldest network application. So whenever the network started, so first thing they found is this application, mail application. They want to avoid the traditional mails, sending of mails. So they will certainly found internet engineers, network engineers, they found email as the first application. So even today it is one of the oldest applications that we have. So most commonly referred as email, and it is used is a method to exchange digital messages from the author to the recipient. Author or the one who initiate the mail, and of course it will be sent, it will be back received at the other end. Email operates across internet through computer network. Yes, definitely. So it works with the computer network. Definitely it is correct. It has three major components. So entire email operation is having three major components. One is user agents. User agents are those agents whom you call it as the sender and the receiver. Sender and the receiver are user agents. The user involved. Second one, the mail servers. So when you send a mail, what happens? It will be stored in a server. So this server will find out to whom this particular address belongs to. So it searches in all other SMTP mails that are there in the world. It searches. Finally, once it is found, it will be transmitted. It will be transmitted to there. Suppose if I send mail from Bangalore and my recipient is in US, so it will be sent to US. Once he receives the mail, so in Bangalore, Google mail server is there. I'll just send. So Google mail server will contact all the mail servers across various parts of the world. Oh, the mail which I was intended is in New York, and the New York mail server will say, oh, this mail ID belongs to this particular region. So what happens? So your mail will be forwarded to that New York mail server. So New York mail server, it will be available, and it will send a notification to user. So user, whenever he opens his mailbox, through his mailbox, he can access the mail, sent mail from this New York email server. So he can read the mail. So this is how it will be. Suppose I send a mail address which is not there in any of the mail servers. Obviously, it will send, my email server will send a mail stating it is a bounce. Bounce in the sense, whatever the mail you have written is not proper, is not addressed properly. So it will send a bouncing mail. So this is what this is how exactly how a email operation work. Remember, there are three parts. One is user agent, the users who involve in the mail. Second, the mail servers, the receiving mail and the sender's mail server and receiver's mail server. So Bangalore mail server and New York mail server. So example. So in between, the mails are transmitted through protocols. So you can have what do you call protocols, SMTP protocol, MIME, multi-purpose internet, mail extensions, and internet mail access protocol. So it is an access RFC also. RFC 822 is also an access protocol to access the mail. So that is what we can certainly have. And further, so we'll see in detail who is exactly user agent. User agent. Okay. User agent is nothing but person who is composing, editing, and also the person at the receiving end, reading the mail, the person who sends, edits, and send reads the mail, he's a user agent. And of course, example, sometimes the user agent may not be, human being. It may be, what do you call, the software also. Outlook. Outlook is one which will be storing all your mails in your local system. So what happens if there are a lot of mails coming in your mail server? So what happens? Mail server is on just like LRU. So least recently used. So the oldest mail will be removed. So that's why Outlook, what it will do, it will store from, it will fetch your emails and it will store in your local machine whenever it is getting connected. So like that you have Edora, LM, Mozilla Thunderbird. So there are so many mail agents are also there. Normally, see, I and you get will hardly some 10, 15 mails, maximum some 100 mails. That's all. We will not send beyond 100 mails. Beyond we will not receive much. So we are not using. But when you become a professional corporate, a professional, definitely you will get a lot of mails, and all the mails are very important. You cannot delete them, so you have to store. So in such cases, you can certainly use user agent softwares. And you can also schedule. So exactly 10 o'clock, send a mail to my friend, send a mail to my office boss. So just like that, you can send a mails. So you can do it. And of course, these mails, mail agents are storing outgoing and incoming messages stored on the server. So they will certainly store as an agent. It will store in the local machine. So, and mail servers. What mail servers will do? So it will contain a mailbox that will certainly store incoming messages from the user. And whenever user opens his mailbox, all the mails are listed, and he can certainly open one by one all the mails. These messages, whatever that are going, okay, they'll be in a queue. Suppose you send 200 messages, 200 emails. All 200 emails will be sent one by one. They'll first maintain a queue, and inside the queue, it will be transmitted one by one. So that is what you have to understand. So for doing all these things, we will use SMTP protocol. So between the mail server and your mail application. Your mail application may be your user agent, either it may be user agent or directly from browser you can send. Now in the mobile, you can tell a voice message to Google Assistant. Hey, come on, start a mail to my boss telling, so I'll be late. So automatically your Google Assistant will send a mail to your boss. Automatically, yes, it is there. Machine learning. So artificial intelligence, certainly you can have. Clients sending a mail server, yes. So clients can send mails to the mail server, and finally server will receive the mails, and of course it will store it, and store it until user reads it, until user deletes it, it will be stored. So that is that. What we certainly use here is SMTP. SMTP is a TCP protocol which will follow reliable transmission. That means once the mail is sent, you will get a acknowledgement. Acknowledgement in the sense, so a mail will be posted in the sent mail box, sent mail folder. So if it is not sent, still it will be in the outbox. Once it is sent, it will be moved on to the sent mail, and the receiver will get in inbox, and in the inbox the receiver has to read the mail, and If he wants, he can store, or he can remove it. Normally, SMTP works on protocol number 25. So SMTP will work on port number 25. So your HTTP, remember, it is working on 80, port number 80 it is working. So it is just like that. Direct transfer, that is sending the server to receiver mail. So it is also possible. So mainly SMTP's job is to send mails from the sender's mail server to receiver's mail server. So user to mail server, okay, that is also SMTP will do. And from sender's mail ID, from sender's mailbox, sender's mail server to the receiver's mail server. So sending messages from here to here. So it is done by your SMTP. SMTP is one. So it will send the mails from user to sender's mail ID, plus along with that, it will send mails from mail server to the receiver mail server. So it does both the jobs. It's what it has been told in this particular point. And the message must be in 7-bit ASCII value. So all the characters are ASCII coded. Yes, of course. So characters we will be typing, and whatever we type, the message will be transmitted to the other receiving user agent. That is what you should understand. And further, if you look into the architecture of this particular email, so the sending user agent submits a mail, and this mail goes to the mail transfer agent. Mail transfer agent will transmit the mail to the another mail transmission message transmission agent via SMTP. Again, SMTP is playing. And finally, once it is available, it will be stored in mailbox. So mailbox of that particular person. And once receiver opens his mail application, so this mailbox is opened, all the mails are delivered to him. He can see one by one. So that's what it is happening. That's what user agent is, a program that provides a graphical interface or some times textual interface, command-based interface that lets user to interact with the email server. Yes, it includes a means to compose messages and replies to the messages, displaying incoming message, and organize messages by filling, searching, and sometimes discarding also. It will do the discarding of message. This entire process of sending new message to the mail server for the delivery, we call it as mail submission. When you click a send button, what happens? Mail will be sent to the mail server. Mail server will find the recipient mail server, and to that recipient mail server, so whatever the mail that you have sent, it will be transmitted. It will be transmitted, and finally, once the recipient opens his inbox, so all those messages will be displayed, and he can start reading the mail. So that is what we have. And the message transfer agents are typically system processes. They rn in the background. Of course, it is running in the background. So SMTP, we will not understand. Just we know how to compose and click send message. Once send message, what happens, that we don't know. So that is, everything is happening in the background. SMTP will automatically reads your email data and transmits. They run in background on mail server machines and are included, intended to be always available. And these are daemons. Daemons we know very well. Daemons are ever available processes, we call it as daemons. And their job is to automatically move the mails through the system from originating machine to the recipient machine with simple mail transfer protocol. So certainly we can certainly use this protocol. So this second phase, we call it as the message transfer step. Second message will be transferred from recipient mail server from the sender's mail server. So it transmits. And in the recipient mail server, so it will be stored in the outbox. The message transfer agent also implement a mailing list in which identical copies of the message are delivered to everyone in the list. So if you have, suppose I have written a mail to 2, 3, same contents to 2, 3 people. So what happens? It will be duplicated. The message will be duplicated and it will be sent to all the people. Other advanced features are, carbon copies, blind carbon copies. Carbon copies means same copy will move. Blind carbon copy means, so he will get a mail, but he will not come to know whom he has sent along with him. Suppose I have sent a mail to your CR, your Jayant, Shashank, Nirup. So what happens if I make it as a blind carbon copy? Each one will get the original copy feeling. They don't see others getting the mail. So that is blind, copy, blind carbon copy. So, and high priority email servers. So high priority in the sense, so you can certainly set the priority to the mails also. And of course, some you can make it as most important secret. So when you make it as secret, what happens? They are encrypted. See, encrypted mails, alternative recipients if the primary one is not currently available. So if the primary email is not available, it will automatically forward it to secondary email address. So that is what you call it as SMTP protocol that is going to take care. So if the primary one is not currently available and the ability for assistant to read and write answers, so the same thing. So once the encrypted mail is transmitted, the recipient mails will certainly encrypt and it will be stored in the email box. And of course, it will be like an assistant. Whenever your email agent or user opens the email mailbox, it will be delivered to him. So that is the thing. Further, linking user agent and message transfer agents are the concept of mailboxes. So mailbox is nothing but it's a storage. It's a repository where your mails are stored until a user accesses it. And a standard format of email message is available, and mailboxes store emails that is received for users. Of course, each person is having one separate email. So just imagine in 1 minute, so many emails are being exchanged, and none of the times no email by mistake has reached me. Others email I have not reached. My email somebody else will not reach until and unless I have written the proper email address. So that's why email is also one of the effective communication. So and not only that, we have to appreciate the technology. So millions, billions of people are using emails, and for every user, they should have an email box. And to be very frank, nobody will be satisfied with one single email. So email accounts, many will have 2, 3 accounts. So for 2, 3 accounts, for every account, there will be a mailbox maintained. So mailboxes store the email that is received for users. So they are also maintained by mail servers. User agents simply present users with a view of the contents of their mailbox. So they will take care of the mailbox. So user agents. And finally, to do finally all these things, the user agent sends a mail server command to manipulate the mailboxes, inspecting their contents. And of course, sometimes you delete the mails and so on. So retrieval of mail is the final delivery component. Once user sees his mail, he will just open by clicking on it. So automatically what happens? Your mail opens, and people will start reading the mail. So that is another very important thing. And now, as noted above, it is important that one, to distinguish the user interface. So you have to perfectly create users an interface. So once user interface comes, they will probably able to compose easily and send the mail. But it should be an abstract. The hidden complexities. So even though entire mail operation is very good, very beautiful application, complicated application, that should not be notified to the user. The complexities that are there inside should not be notified to the user. So that's why they are abstract. Okay. So as noted above, so it is important to distinguish user interface. User interface has to be designed from the underlying message transfer protocol. So user interface is dependent on it has to be constructed on top of your SMTP, on top of your SMTP or your IMAP, Internet Mail Access Protocol, and to distinguish between the transfer protocol and comparison protocol. Comparison protocol is RFC. Sometimes mails will be duplicate mails you will get. So if you get duplicate mails, the same mail again and again if they are coming, so it will be filtered out by RFC. And finally, if you want to transmit any attachment, certainly you have to make use of MIME. So that defines the format of messages that are being exchanged. We start by looking at an image format. So normally, further leave it entire operation of. If you look email itself, a single email. Email has 3 components. One is a format, message format or the email format. So email format is the same format where user will fill all his data. So to whom it has to be sent, to CC address, to BCC blind carbon copy. So when you put blind carbon copy, so what happens? Other people will not know that your mail, you're also one of the recipient of the mail. So, and it will also certainly have a count. Once it has been, composed and sent. So in order to send the mail, we require, message transfer protocol. We call it as SMTP, simple message or simple mail, transfer protocol. So what this will do, SMTP will take the mails, store it in the mailboxes through internet, and once the user is active on, so either using IAMP or POP, post office protocol. We call it as POP, means post office protocol. So what happens, that will certainly transmit the mail to the particular person. So most of the times, mail readers, that is IAMP and POP, POP, these protocols will be sending alerts also. Sending alerts. So alerts in the sense, once you get a mail, it will either send to your phone or to your email address. So when it is sent to your phone, phone will automatically makes a beep sound and it automatically rises up. So user will immediately come to know, there is a message or mail coming from the some of the friends or some of your clients or some of your boss. Mail from somebody you have got. So the components of email is the format of SMTP, how exactly SMTP transmits, and finally the mail reader. IAMP will discuss, and POP, how exactly they work. So that is in the next upcoming class. We'll discuss about all these concepts in detail. That's all for today's session. Thank you for attending. In the next class, we'll be discussing about in detail about SMTP protocol. So again, the class recording is available in this website, as well as the study material is also available in the below mentioned website. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.